Hello everybody, welcome back to Speed Force Racing. My name is JB and I'll be taking you through tonight's proceedings, but before we do anything else here in the Premier Division, let's have a look at the championship standings, because Medium Pilot has taken the lead of the championship from P. Walters, who is in P2. Nolan is in P3 and Nicomania is in P4, Gilles is in P5. James Braden is in P6, Sam is in P7 and Raikkonen is in P8. Bundy in P9 and Midnight, the new boy, is in P10. Verstappen is in P11, Chain Game Wow is in P12, sorry, missed that number. P13 is Honey Budget, P14 is Nick, well done to him for getting a permanent seat. P16 is Owen All, and P15 is Owen All, and P16 is Fotio. P17 is Gasly, P18 is Rustland, and P19 is Virgil. P20 is the Torpedo, but I believe he has been since replaced from the league as he has dropped to a reserve driver. In the Constructors' Championship, we have a few movements, one movement, and that is Mercedes that have moved up the table, but in full. Williams are in P1 ahead of McLaren in P2. Haas is in P3 ahead of Mercedes, who are now in P4 after beating out Racing Point after a good race last time out. Racing Point is in P5, Alfa Romeo is in P6, and Renault is in P7. Red Bull is in P8, Ferrari is in P9, if I can't stutter on every word, thanks brain. And Toro Rosso, wait, are they AlphaTauri now? Oh wait, they are, is in P10. I'm not alone tonight. As always, I am joined by one of my many baby commentators, and my baby commentator tonight is from the land of the Belgian. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I am okay. It's been a long week, a week which I've not enjoyed, but I am here, back with Speed Force, and I'm happy to be here. But nonetheless, we've made it a week. And this game particularly has not been fun this week, has it, Senna?
It hasn't.
No.
It already started in the GP4, I think, with the stream. You can't see a car, and it only got worse in the other days.
Yeah, it's been a very lag-heavy week this week in SFR. And that's not down to us, that's down to the game being a product of Codemasters, is the polite way of saying it. Yeah, it's not been a good week with lag, but it's been a week that has produced some tremendous racing nonetheless. And we're here, obviously, with the final race of the week, which is the Premier Division, top level of SFR. The fastest drivers in the fastest mode of the cars, attempting to show off everything they can do. Now, you've raced here, as Felix saying that it's Cresta here, yeah? Felix, nice of you to join us in chat for crashing. Have you recovered your part of your hass and given it to the Ferrari driver? This track though, Senna, what are you looking for at this track? We talked a lot about how it's not an overtaking track, how it's a track that you need track position at, but what do you think you need more at?
I think the start, like almost every race, is very important here. And also, the long straight with a start-finish, but I don't think there are many other overtaking opportunities. It is like, I think someone of SFR said, it's like Monaco, but without the walls.
It most certainly is. The general consensus of this track is that it is Monaco, with several less death traps and less chances for Kimi Raikkonen to run onto his boat when his car breaks down. Speaking of which, it is actually Kimi's 40th birthday today. Not our Kimi Raikkonen. Kimi Raikkonen from Alfa Romeo Sauber in real life. Hello, Billy. How are you doing? So happy birthday, Kimi. You're never going to see this video, but, you know, on the off chance you did, which you never will, happy birthday, mate. If you can remember what happened tomorrow, then you should be okay. I mean, no, he shows no sign of slowing down when it comes to his drinking habits, does it? Especially with the fact that he's got 2 kids and he still gets as drunk as he can.
I still remember the end of last season. That show, he was so drunk. It's unbelievable. But that was very cool to see Kimi with saying words, laughing, and not the normal Kimi.
It always is good to see Kimi in his best environment.
It is.
And I believe we have our Raikkonen in tonight, which will be fantastic. Yeah, we do have our Raikkonen in tonight, so hopefully he can have a good day on the man's namesake's birthday. We're heading over to trackside now. I don't know if we've had any wet running this week in SFR. I don't believe we have. If any of the GP2 commenters can give me a catch up on what happened last night, because I was very busy dreading a conversation between two of my best friends. But yes, this could be. Imagine if it was a wet race. This track's difficult in the dry, let alone the wet.
It is so difficult. Every track is difficult in the wet on this game, but.
And we're going to Spa next week, and we all know what happens to Spa when it starts raining.
I really hope it doesn't rain there for myself.
I do.
Thank you.
I got second place. Well, no, I got third place, but I still say second place because I didn't really get I rained for 7 laps yesterday. That's cool. Means we might have some today. I got second place, but was then taken away from me on penalties due to me tapping someone at turn 1, which was rubbish in season 1. So I still say I got second place. I'm like Ferrari. When I say I got a result, I say I got it. You know.
No.
It is dry though here.
Yeah, but it's not looking very good, to be honest.
So this might be a moment where all of the Formula 1 cars just get their wheels on very quickly and get out very quickly.
And it is so close, the championship fight between Wouters and Medium Pilot, 3 points. It's really it's so close between them.
And this is gonna be the Premier Division champion that we had to cancel the Premier Division last season, I believe, due to lack of commitment. So we ended up closing the Premier Division mid-season. But we see, I've got the Formula E mod on again. Have I? Yeah. Okay, so we got no engine sound in qualifying. Better to have no engine sound in qualifying than the race. So Gasly's the first driver on track. It's funny because we got the Formula E sound on, and there's been the Formula E testing this week, and I've really enjoyed Formula E testing.
There already are a few cars on the hard tire.
Yeah,
so they are going for the strategy.
Now, when I was last on the commentary on Tuesday, the hard compound tires didn't really react the way that everyone thought they would.
No, it didn't.
So that's a potentially detrimental time, but it might be people coming out to try and test out the car to see how it reacts here in qualifying. Easier to do it here than in the race. Obviously, the question I have is who's kept up with the Formula E testing? Because I have, and I've really enjoyed it. I enjoy it more than watching the F1 is the testing for Formula E. I know, I'm such a child. I was sat in college the other day, and I had it on the Mac in front of me. So I had the testing on, and I was doing my work. And people kept walking past and going, "Why are you just looking at a bunch of names on a board?" It's like, because I want to know who's fastest. I know, I'm a child. So Gasly starts his lap time as I'm getting silently judged by Senna. Or is it openly judged? You can openly judge me now.
No, it's just I like to. Yeah, it's just telling a story and you have everybody with you.
You don't want everyone with me when it comes to Formula E. It splits people's opinions. I love Formula E, and I still won't say that it's wrong. Well, there's some things that are definitely wrong with it. But I like Formula E. Sector 3 has yellow flags, but that's got drivers slowing down and getting ready to start their laps. As we look at Gasly coming through the infamous turn 5, where you can, well, it's an auto spin curb, and normally it's an auto spin curb to death. We see more of it in qualifying, so keep your eye out on that corner. And Gasly seems to be okay on his soft compound of tyres so far, as he comes through the second sector, which is easily the hardest point, as he runs up a little bit. Oh, missed the apex there, but he keeps it going as he heads down into the final couple of corners. Senna, what do you predict we're going to see tonight? Who's your pick for pole position? Hello, Golden Crimson. Hello, Sam.
My pick for pole position. You're not going to expect this. I'm saying Nolan.
Nolan, D-rating for Gasly. Gasly does go faster than 1:16.4. Here is...
Almost all the cars are out on the hard tires.
Here's here's Verstappen, don't know how I got those confused, on the hard compound tyres. He goes at 1:20, so a monumental gap there. Potentially not even down to we have a yellow flag sector 2. That is where the auto spin curb is. Cheng Wow doing a more representative time on the hard compound tyres, but still not the best. Here's Bullet Boy, new driver to SFR in the Red Bull. So the 49 car making his debut tonight here in the Premier Division. Being a debutant in this level of SFR, that must be daunting, mustn't it, Senna?
Yeah, I think. Sorry, I'm a little bit confused at the moment. Just looking to Wouters finishing his lap. So first going to say that, and that's 175. That's the fastest of the hearts. Oh no,
Bullet Boys
go
just took
faster.
that on his debut. Has qualified faster than one of the championship contenders so far. Gilles has taken provisional pole position in the 93 Haas. So are you? I have to ask: is you over that cold that you had last week, or is it still lurking?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Are you still sick? Because you were sick last week, weren't you?
No, I'm fine now. Just every hour or something I have to sneeze, but it's okay now.
Every hour or something, I just have to sit there and die and pretend that I care. Whoa, Raikkonen cutting the corner. That is an invalidated lap time for the French. What's his name? He's French Finnish. Well, his name's Finnish and he's French. Mike Bundy on a lap time. He's had a good turn of pace so far in SFR. He's finally getting to grips with the Renault car, which is funny, seeing as Renault and Ferrari are actually under scrutiny, if I've read correctly, from the FIA in real Formula One. So yeah, that might be entertaining if Bundy starts to get a run of form. Then Renault in real life get told off.
I'm almost speechless of Gilles his time. He's a second faster than the other guys on the softs.
You know what? I hadn't noticed that. Thank you for noticing that, because I really hadn't. Here's Rusland, the Belgian driver in the Williams. He's got a Ferrari behind him who is on a lap time, I believe. It's chain game. He's on a lap. Oh, Rusland's wide, and he's had to bail out of the lap. I think that will have invalidated it. So we will jump off him and look at Nicomania, who's coming to pit lane now. Senna, pit lane here is actually rather difficult for a pit lane, isn't it? Not to slow down, that's fine.
No, the entry is a little difficult. If you take the curb, you could end into the barriers. It's not the easiest.
If you all look back to season 1, I actually missed the pit. Oh, Rusland's out of qualifying. I think we'll see that in a moment. I think it's just ahead of us. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's a big accident for Rusland, and he will be qualifying last in the Williams. That's
he can stall on the horse. That's the only positive thing then.
He'll be able to stay out of trouble now, at least.
It is. I also started at the back of the grid on Monday, and I ended P7. So yeah, everything is possible. It's so important that you stay out of trouble in the beginning. You can take so much places with it.
I mean, I've been driving many different cars this week. This week I've been driving Group 4 cars. And in the Group 4 cars, I stayed out of trouble because I qualified second. And that was quite entertaining. But yeah, staying out of trouble is the main focus of everything. And I made it a lot more difficult to myself when I was driving a Honda NSX the other night. And that was a nasty accident as well. But don't tell anyone that I'm costing Honda money. They need to keep pumping it into Red Bull. Thanks, Red Bull, for keeping Honda in F1. Sorry, I'm a Honda fanboy. Honda are my favourite cars. I'm not kidding. Whoa, Nolan screwing it into pit lane. Wow. Oh, I guess I'll pit now. I need he needs new trousers. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He did 2 timed laps, but didn't have any time, so I think he gone wide on both laps.
Here's Raikkonen. This time looks to be on a lap time on the soft compounder tyres, the 24 car. In the yellow Mercedes, what can he do? If you're wondering why I say yellow Mercedes, why is Sector 2 lit up again? Oh, that's why. Drivers go slow. Raikkonen's about to get in trouble with traffic. Honey Badger bailing off track. Has Raikkonen... No, Raikkonen has not bailed out of his lap time yet. He plunges up the hill now, where Lando Norris did some amazing things in F2. The McLaren is going to have to pit. No.
Going under the pits.
I mean, that's... Honey
Badger last time.
Oh, Honey Badger trying to find a gap, trying to slow down to get onto his lap, has just been overtaken by P. Walters. So P. Walters, who's doing his lap, everyone's losing it on that curve heavily. We saw that in race 2 here in SFR. Should we look at Gasly? If you remember, this is where Sebastian Vettel almost binned it into the wall. Good gravy. That is a quick lap time from Gio because no one's touching it so far.
Damn, he is going so quick today. He's in P4 now, I think, right? Of the championship?
I believe so. Let's have a nose at my championship list, which I
No,
definitely have to
P5.
hand.
P5.
Yeah, he is in P5. He's got Nicomania, and Gio has got to gain back a few points in order to get past Nick. Let me find the up-to-date standings for you, and I'll let you know.
And I think Medium Pilots really needs a good weekend because last week he wasn't where he used to be. P5
No, yeah.
last week, and he almost lost the lead to P Wouters. So still the championship leader, but he has to do good today. Also for himself.
If Gio has a better race than Nick tonight, Nicomania, he will be. Oh, it looks like I've missed Honey Badger spinning across the track because I've been focusing on the championship standings. But if oh yeah, Honey Badger's way off track right now. He's got wing damage. So something happened there which I missed. I do apologise because I was looking at the timing list. But anyway, Nicomania. If Nicomania has a bad week this week and Gio outscores him by, I think it's 3 points, or 3 or 4 points, he will be taking 4th place away from the Racing Point, and Gio will be moving up. So Gio, I'd say Gio is still in this championship fight, in all honesty, isn't he?
He is. He is a good driver. I just think he doesn't always get the luck he deserves.
He needs to polish off the edges. He's a little bit rough, isn't he?
Yeah. Medium Pilot now on a timed lap.
Oh, there's a stopped driver. It was a Mercedes stopped to
27-1
let people through. Here's Nick. What can he do? DRS open on the Racing Point. Racing Point across the line is 2nd place for the Racing Point, which is funny. They never did any good in Hungary back when they were forced India. Here's Medium Pilot. So Senna, what are you seeing with Medium Pilot?
He is doing a decent job, I think. Not the fastest lap on the hards. Also, a lot of guys
that's showing off.
Gio is still improving his times.
That is showing off, isn't it?
In front of Nick Mania now. That's crazy.
Some drivers choosing to go for the Medium Pilot wide. Tucky back in there, fighting the Williams on turn, and DRS is going to open. So is the power going to drain, and he goes nowhere.
Nowhere again.
People are going on the softs for track position here at Hungary, and we will see what happens. I mean, you saw Lee Nell got 2nd place in GP2 when he started 11th on the track. Sector 2 yellow flags are waving. Oh, Nolan Squirrely losing the rear end on the curb. It's fine though. He's still going in the Mercedes. Heading up now through the final corner. Now into pit lane again. Nolan cannot get a lap in right now. He almost crashed into pit lane again.
Now James doing a time lap because a 1:47 isn't a good lap.
We have news from the Red Bull pit lane. So my old team telling me what happened. This is from Bullet Boy saying that it will be wet at the end of the race.
Ooh, at the end of the... that's very interesting.
Now,
because I don't think it will be very good to start on the hards then.
No, this means you got to start. Well, lock up from Braden. You got to start on the softest compound tires or the medium compound, and really hope if you're starting on the reds that the rain comes down very early in the race.
Don't think the hards is the right choice now to do.
No, hards is not the best option. We're looking at James Braden in the Haas, the 15 car. Well, the 15 Haas. There's a 15 Renault out there as well. The number 15 coming through the penultimate corner into the final corner now, going wide and chucking back in towards the barrier. DRS opening, crossing the line now. It's P6 for James Braden, not though
1:16.5
as his teammate. I think Gio needs an award.
1.2 seconds behind his teammate. That's crazy.
I think Gio needs an award for one thing.
Yeah.
For being a Frenchman and being quick in the Haas.
That's a good one.
If I could drop my microphone, I would. Though I am looking to get a microphone I can potentially drop. Quote unquote. Whoa, Kimi cutting the chicane. Looks like he's trying to get back to pit lane quicker. And if by the rules that still stand, he may get a penalty for cutting the track to get back to the pit lane quicker. which is in fact illegal. Bullet Boy on debut here in the Red Bull, sat in the Premier Red Bull seat. You know what? Sometimes I miss the engine sound. Today I'm really not missing the engine sounds of these V6 turbo thingamadobs they have in the back of these cars. Now, I like electric cars. Leave me alone. So, looking now at Bullet Boy, first time out in SFR, into the penultimate corner. He's on the medium tyres, looking to improve. I think he's got some pace in him. I think he's going to challenge at least for the top 3.
Yeah, he is.
What can the Red Bull do?
He can go 16.8.
Virgil's out 16.5.
16.5. 4 tenths quicker, but it doesn't improve his standing.
So,
and what happened with Virgil?
Let's have a look. Yeah, that's exactly where I thought it would be. He's crashed on the run up to turn 5. So the short run to turn 5, he's lost the rear end and ploughed into the barrier. The Ferrari will not be qualifying as high up as he'd like in this session here tonight. Here's Honey Badger, who's again struggling to get a lap time in for the Dutch driver. He's just really not enjoying this. As Midnight retires as well in Sector 2, we will get a shot of him, I think, with Verstappen. Honey Badger is not comfortable with that Renault, is he?
No, he isn't. And also, P. Wouters and Medium Pilot still need to do a good lap. Or Medium Pilot isn't going to drive. It's also a possibility.
It's Nolan. Nolan on a lap time now. What can the Frenchman do? Spanish heritage, French driver in the Mercedes. Some would say that's Esteban Ocon, but Esteban Ocon's purely French. Gasly retiring. Mention one French driver, the other one does as well. So Gasly retires. He's Nicomania. So the top 2 in the battle for 4th right now in the championship are qualified so far in P1 and P2. Is that going to change with Nolan, who's finally going to compete a lap time almost as the rear end? He's going to go 1:16.15.8 on the medium.
1:15.8 on the medium.
Quick.
That's unbelievable.
Holy
and Gio isn't
moly.
going to do another lap, I think.
He'll have time. Yeah,
he is safe.
He's on an outlap. Gio's on
I know he is on an outlap.
So Gio will get another lap time in. Mike Bundy is caught up in a little bit of traffic right now on his cooldown lap.
Nicomania is doing a good lap.
Verstappen right in the middle of all of this as well.
What can Nicomania do?
Yeah, where is Nick?
He goes a 1.
Wow!
He goes fastest, a 1:15.3.
There's not much in it. Bullet Boy's out in P8. That's potentially going to be a dramatic turn. Here's Verstappen. He's behind Bundy.
And everybody now on the outlap.
I don't know if Verstappen will complain that Bundy's blocking him. Then Verstappen pits.
He goes in.
He won't have time to do another lap. That's qualifying over for Verstappen. Honey Badger is on a lap time. What can the Dutch driver do? No, he's not on a lap time. For crying out, will someone be on a lap, please? Medium Pilot on a lap time.
Medium Pilot needs a lap.
He does.
That's just that he starting from the back. It's very difficult.
I don't know with the rate. Oh, he's got the corner. Is that invalidated?
Yeah, I don't think. He is still going, so I don't think.
Now, at this point, is he going to try and just complete the lap and see if he can get another one? Wow, staying out of the way. The British driver in the Williams. Almost, can he do a lap like George Russell here at Hungary? That almost got him into Q2. He should have got into Q2, just because George Russell's amazing. Whoa! No. Big step out for the rear end.
He won't starting in the top 10, I think.
He's going to be close. DRS is going to open. He has to get at least a 17.3, and he can't
but
do
it's
a lap.
Invalid.
He's going for it.
Oh. That's not good.
So qualifying is now over.
Can Gio retake pole position? Oh.
What can Gio do? He's still in the hunt to take the pole position. Nicomania can't improve. Nick has retired for the session in pit lane. DRS is going to open.
Go.
He's got no power. It's quicker! It's quicker by a margin!
14.
Look at that!
1:14! That's crazy.
It will not be Nolan on pole position.
Unbelievable.
James Braden, he goes quicker but doesn't improve his position. Mike Bundy out of position in
P. Wouters is also not doing a lap.
He is. He's 2 tenths up. So the German who finished on the podium in his home Grand Prix on the medium tyres, looking to improve on P13. And a little bit of oversteer as he hits the curb. What can he do? What can Walters do? DRS is going to open now. Powers towards the line. It's close. It's going to be a 17.
7th place.
Shane getting well on a lap time as well. This is going to be the last qualifying lap of the day. He's going to qualify in P6 for the Dutch driver. Well done to him.
So
but
today, go to P8.
The day belongs to Gilles, the Frenchman in the hat.
What a lap.
Hey, Grosjean, that's how you drive a car. Get some screenshots for it. What an absolutely monumental time for
a medium pilot without a lap.
Well, he just has to make it more difficult for himself.
Yeah, it is.
At the end of the season, we'll say medium pilot has done incredibly well this season, from starting at the back of the grid and still winning every race.
Yeah.
So
it's also a very good lap of Nolan. A 1:15.8 on the mediums.
Yeah. Nolan saying that he messed up the middle sector, but that is quick.
Still
and we have engine sound. So, what will happen today in the SFR story, in the final round of the SFR story here in Hungary? So by 3 attempts, Gilles takes pole position ahead of Nicomani in P2, Nolan's in P3 and Gasly is in P4, Virgil is in P5 and Shane Guevara is in P6, Fotio is in P7, Walters is in P8 and Braden is in P9. Bullet Boy qualifying in the top 10 for his first time out in SFR, well done to him. Everyone else would have 3 tyre choices from now. Honey Badger in P11, Raikkonen in P12, Mike Bundy in P13, Verstappen in P14, Owen All in P15 and Letrodan in P16, Midnight in P17 with no time. Nor is Russell in the P18 or Medium Pilot in P19, also with no time. So the Williams at the back, the Alfa Romeo with them. This looks strangely like real F1 at this point.
Yeah. But not for GP1, because Williams is leading the constructor. It will be a difficult day again for Medium Pilot, just like last week.
So, with rain on the horizon, what will happen in this race? 35 laps of racing, I believe, here at the Hungaroring.
I think 36, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. It might be 35 laps behind the safety car now, SFR.
Well, we'll see it in 20 seconds how many laps there are.
So, well, unless everyone decides to say, okay, we'll do this strategy. Unless they're all just looking at it thinking, oh God, when was it going to rain? Who said it was going to rain? I've done that. I have turned up to a race going, oh, okay, I've qualified rather well. I qualified in P3. I'm going to have a good race. Turn up on the grid and it's raining. I was sat there thinking, when did that happen? 35 laps.
35 laps.
I win the award for biggest idiot in the paddock. So, Gilles leads the way on the formation lap ahead of Nicomania. Both of the top 2 starting on softs. Nolan's going to be in a bit of trouble though, off the grid, starting on mediums. He's going to have to stay out. He's going to have to really stay out of trouble and not ruin that strategy. So, what will happen? A few drivers going for the hard option. Raikkonen, Verstappen, Dan, Ruslan and Pilot both are all going for the medium option, for the hard options. Maybe they're just deciding that that the rain will come later than everyone else thinks. Then the top runners will have to stop for different tyres to try and jump over them. This will be entertaining. Nolan's in a good position. Yes, he is in a good position, and I think Nolan at some point will be leading this race, be it off the start or be it off anything else. So Senna, who you can be watching off the start of this race?
I think I'm gonna get Bullet Boy or Honey Badger. Somewhere in the middle.
In the crunch there.
Yeah.
In the, oh my God, my wing just cost £50,000, please don't break it.
Yeah, you can say it like that. I think that's a good one.
That's what I love about Formula E, like, when they crash, you can imagine just the accountants of the team just sitting there with his head on his hands thinking, oh God, it's gonna cost money! Particularly if Lopez is driving. I'm sorry, I don't like Lopez. Not because
I think it's luckily that Kvyat doesn't drive Formula E now.
I don't know, Alex Albon's moves are becoming more and more Kvyat, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know how he thought he was going to make that corner, but it's okay, because Lando laughed it off and said it was funny. So, lining up on the grid now are the Formula 1 cars, not Formula E. As much as I'd love the Formula E cars to be in the game, they're not. So, what can Gio do from pole position here in Budapest? Flags on his right, grandstands on his left. Drivers around him.
Take medium pilot for the start. Just the back of the grid.
Now we'll see. Back of the grid being watched. Front of the grid being watched. Sector 3 yellow flags are waving. And now we have the lights. 4 red lights. 5 red lights. The lights are on and the lights are out. It's a good start from P1. In fact, a better start from P3 though. Nolan getting a monstrous start. But he's going to drop back behind someone at the line. They're all running through, 19 cars all into one. What will happen? Gio is ahead already, and it's contact. Verstappen's dropping back as he brakes it early, but it's okay. There's a huge amount of lag, and Gio's dropped behind Nick. Nick Avenia racing Gio down into turn 3. Oh, contact between Nolan and Nick. And what can Nolan do? Nolan's going to be sent out wide. He's going to overtake him off track, potentially getting torn off by the stewards there, but it's okay as they all run through. Verstappen drops down. Honey Badger fighting Volters for P10. And that is a first sector of absolute clarity for the Premier drivers as Rustin now drops behind Verstappen at the back of the field. What have you seen, Senna?
I've seen that Ollie already made 4 places up, starting P15 now in P11. Also Midnight made up 3 places. A good start from medium pilot, 17 now. Didn't take any risks.
So, looking now at Owen All, who's trying to catch after Honey Badger. Wow, someone's way off the track.
Verstappen is very wide.
Whoa!
Verstappen is really struggling with his car already started.
Has he got damage?
I think so. He's going very slow.
Let's see. On the car, it doesn't look like there's any damage. It might just be the medium tyres. Midnight dropping behind Bundy. Jade Britton is pitting on lap 1. Mike Bundy dropping behind side by side with Midnight. They run up towards the line. Gio is still our leader here. Nolan in P2. And James Braden in the pit lane. That's going to really hurt him. He's retired from the session.
And
he's
James retired.
On lap
Criminal
1,
damage.
He's out. And medium pilot getting past Electro Dan. I think there's lag has actually killed James Braden's race. This might be insane because I'll probably get a message from him in a minute. So Senna, we made it through 2 laps without a safety car.
Yeah, we didn't see many safety cars. Yeah.
So, yeah, no trouble there as I come through. And Bullet Boy back in the P10 after a dramatic start. And they're all, apart from Nolan, they're all in tyre order.
Yeah.
The constant yellow flag in sector 1 is just for James Braden's car until it despawns and is sent back to the garage. Hell hath no fury like Gunther Steiner, who's going to be angry.
Yeah, I think so. It's like Magnussen P5 and Grosjean struggling like always.
Magnussen P5 and Grosjean making a cookbook.
Yeah. Making a car with some glue and stuff.
Oh, that car was cool. I want to get that model kit.
Yeah, that was very cool.
DRS has now been enabled, but we won't see it again until later on in the race. As we look now at Gasly, who's trying to get past Fotio. No DRS until the next lap. James Bain saying that the lag was too bad. Not sure if he's in there, Mr. Bain. He said he couldn't race anymore. That's absolutely fine, mate. There was a lot of lag in the lobby. The gap at the top, though, coming down. And Gio has got to control this race if he wants to have a chance of winning it.
Medium pilot already in P50 now, after 3 laps. Made up 4 places.
But everyone knows because medium pilot. Everyone knows they looked to Nico Rosberg asking Nico Rosberg when medium pilot didn't set a qualifying lap time, is his career over?
That meme is so hilarious.
It works. I waited for Crofty to try and do it and just kill it.
Yeah. If Crofty does that, I swear. I don't have any words for it if that's gonna happen.
Nolan has almost pushed Gio through. The soft compound tyres are not working as well on the Haas in the race. He didn't qualify. DRS opens on Nolan's car. This should be a simple move now for P1. As well, it's not really, but it is in the second stages. Gio pulls the inside to defend. Nolan looking to the outside line. Nolan having to try and get underneath the Haas. He has in fact got that. DRS opening on the Mercedes,
so
but Haas are running it harder. He's got to hold him in the braking zone. He turns in. They're all side by side.
Oh my god. And now he got
Gilles
him.
not giving it up.
No, not that. Not yet. Oh my god.
He's not giving up at all. Side by side into turn 3.
What's gonna happen? No,
Oh,
that's not good.
it's okay. He's round into the wall.
No, Gilles. That's race over for him.
Oh no! He's
There
gonna wait
goes
for
his pole
everyone.
position. Oh my god. That sucks so hard
There's
for him.
P17, there's P18, and there is Gilles
Unbelievable.
spinning round.
And there will be a lot of investigations after that.
I don't think they
After
made
the race.
contact.
I don't know. I was looking to Nolan and
Oh, I
didn't
was on
saw
board with
anything
Gilles.
on his car.
I don't think they made contact. I think it was just Gilles losing the rear end, trying to go 2
Yeah.
into 1.
You can't go with 2 cars there. It's impossible.
I mean, question marks can be asked about all of
There's
that.
a
We had a
penalty for
driver.
Rustland.
We had a driver actually go side by side with another driver all the way up the hill and down to
Yeah.
Mirabeau at Monaco. So that was entertaining.
And look to the midfield, they're all together.
They've all come to play.
It's
They-
unbelievable.
Dance, monkey
Now,
dance.
medium pilot taking the place of Raikkonen.
Three
Now
Walters to the
P13.
inside line on Gasly. Gasly just by. Oh, contact! I think there between Walters and Fotio. Walters is going to now drop behind Gasly. Walters is now on the attack. He's going to stay ahead, and Honey Badger is going to think there's huge lag coming off someone. I think it's Gasly himself. So, 2 seconds is the gap at the top, and Nolan's going to be thinking, right, well, I've been gifted this for the lack of traction that game.
And he
kept
is
paying
on
for
the
it.
good tires. He can go long.
He is, and now we just gotta wait for that rain to come. Midnight on the back, a chain game. Almost closer than ever, but it's okay. So, eyes forward, all the drivers looking to make amends for anything they've done so far in this race. And Midnight has got some excellent pace right now on the mediums. The inside line pulls him in the foreground. You can see Honey Badger
It's close.
passing Gasly. And actually done with a time penalty, and now we see Alfa Sauber versus Ferrari. Oh, it's almost the Toro Rosso
Oh.
and Alfa Tauri in the car. Oh, it's Mike
and Bundy
Bundy!
crashed. Bundy
Bundy in the
crashed.
wall!
He lost his rear. There wasn't contact. He lost his rear.
Oh, absolute hatred he has for that Renault right now.
And look to medium pilot. P10.
Oh, the racing points are double stacking!
And Midnight is in a difficult fight
I tell you what,
with Ollie.
Gasly has not lost much time in that
No.
in that pit stop. Hello, Lando.
That was a fast one.
Lando came back for a moment there, didn't he? Do you not remember when I said when you were a little bit under the weather and you kept squeaking like Lando Norris?
Yeah, dude.
Oh god. We have a time here. Midnight is not happy being stuck behind the Dutch driver of Robin,
No.
is he?
The medium pilot already is with the guys.
Everyone comes to play. Nolan has
it's-
a 10-second lead because of Nicomania pitting now. And Virgil doing well after crashing in qualifying. Midnight looking to the inside line
Russell's doing a
on...
good job.
Whoa, having to bail out the move on chain game. Oh, Midnight's not giving this up though. He will make the move soon. And Owen All is going to think, I'm going to get through
Now
as well.
Ollie is gonna try too.
There's going to be contact.
And also
if they're not
medium
careful.
pilot is
They're
there now.
rubbing.
There's
They're
contact. Medium
rubbing.
pilot on the outside.
Ooh.
He's gonna take 2 places at once. What a
Look
move
at
of medium
this.
pilot.
Oh
But
god,
it's
no
not
one in
yet
their
done,
breaking
it's not
point.
yet
They've all
done.
got DRS. And they bail out of it. Chege bails out. Raikkonen's come
It's
to
so
play
close.
too.
It is so close racing.
Oh, it's like
what
lap
a
one
race
all
we
over
have been
again.
seeing.
Look at this. It's like lap 1.
And now Raikkonen is going wide. Verstappen now takes 2 places in once.
Raikkonen
Going
and
to
Robin
P10
almost
again.
touch. And Chenge Wow dropping behind Verstappen. They're all coming.
What is happening?
It's like lap 1.
What a race we're watching.
Oh,
They're
crikey.
all together.
They've all come to play.
From P6 to P13, they're all in 1 second of each other.
They're all on different tyres as well, that's the thing.
It's so crazy, this race.
I assume we'll see Chain going well heading to pit lane in a minute, but now you see Fotio under pressure from his teammate. Is Fred Vasseur going to make them swap? I believe they should. Is a multi-21 going to come out? Is that
Raikkonen
multi-21?
takes
Looks a bit,
over
yeah.
P11 from Chain Game.
Multi-21 there, and bumping and bashing as Owen All tries
I
to get
think
through.
Ollie has contact with Fodio.
He did.
Fodio going into the pits now.
Focio was already pitting because there's the multi-21. But you see Owen All
Medium
under
Pilot's gonna try
pressure.
it on Ollie. If he is fast enough. Don't think he is.
No, he hasn't got the power yet on the Williams. So, James Braden leaving the session, understandable with the lag. And the questions will be asked. Here's Honey Badger, who's hunting down after Virgil. We're just stepping away from that big battle just for a moment to see what will happen at the top of the field. But Medium Pilot is close. Senna, what are you looking at?
I'm looking to Medium Pilot at the moment.
Oh,
Because
Honey
it's such a
Badger.
close fight with Ollie.
Honey Badger almost bailing into the back of Virgil there, but he has had to pull out of it, and Bullet Boy's not far away. Bullet Boy is within a good place right now of the race, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He also made up 5 places from his starting position, so yeah. 2/10 behind Honey Badger.
Not for long, because we got 2 tenths behind Virgil in a second, because Virgil's going to be run out a little bit wide. Yo! And that was no one's fault.
There was a lot of debris on the track.
Yeah, it's from the Ferrari. Ferrari's lost an end plate. Ferrari's got the pit.
Yeah, they're gonna pit.
Oh, so Bullet Boy. Bullet Boy had damage too.
I think so.
Let's have a look. Is there damage on the Red Bull? So we just take a moment. Is there a wing? Can they put a wang on it? There is a wang going on the Red Bull. If you get that reference, then you know you deserve to watch.
And look to where Midnight and Medium Pilot are. Medium Pilot starting from the back of the grid. Midnight starting from P15 or something, and they're in 4th and 6th now. And Ollie still trying to hold his position from Medium Pilot, and he's doing well.
Oh,
and he now got a penalty. Okay, I didn't say anything.
Sorry, we were trying not to curse Liddell on Tuesday, and that was our entertaining. The entire chat was going, "Don't talk about who's leading."
Yeah, Nolan has an easy lead on Wout, so yeah, it's 9 seconds between each other. The midfield is so close today. What a race we're watching.
Speaking of the middle, look at the middle sector. It's incredibly dark now. We are getting the rain soon. It's coming.
Yeah, but is it gonna be in time for the mediums? This is what I'm asking now.
I think it wouldn't it be amazing if it's right at the cross between the medium tyres going off and the hard tyres getting in the best position to race.
Now Medium Pilot's gonna do it. He's gonna take P5 from Ollie.
He's going to attempt to. Ollie's not going to let him have it easily, but he's going to have to.
He is in front now.
And Verstappen going, I'm here too. Let me come play. The Raging Bull of Verstappen charging to try and get through, passing the AlphaTauri car. I'm trying that out still, because that's apparently their name for next year. What a stupid name. Why don't they call them Beta Bull? Beta Bull, that actually sounds like a better name than AlphaTauri, doesn't it?
I don't really know.
Chain Gang Wow.
There's a lot of penalties now. Nolan gets a penalty. Oh, that's interesting.
Chain Gang Wow and Bullet Boy getting close together. Chain Gang Wow, but just absolutely aggressive move.
Contract. That was aggressive. And they're still fighting.
They overtook him off track there. Oh, I'd say that was illegal.
Yeah, that was over the limit. No, Chain Gang going wide.
I mean,
Bullet Boy just needs. Yeah, this was
Formula E. Season 5 of Formula E, that's what that was.
I think the stewards will have some work on this.
Oh, the stewards don't see anything in Formula E, what do you expect? Looking now at Verstappen, looking to pass Owen All.
Ollie had a bad exit. Medium Pilot also got a bad exit.
They're closing on Pilot. Verstappen can take 2 places. He's going to get banged up by Pilot, but he can't get through. And he's going to be close to the end. Oh, he hits it!
Yeah, that's so stupid.
No damage.
That's stupid from Ollie. He has to leave Verstappen's space there.
You always have to leave the space.
All the time you have to leave a space. Okay?
I was there when he said that. I was at track when Alonso was yelling that. And I didn't hear it until I got home, and I found it the best thing ever. It was my ringtone for about 6 months.
Alonso and Raikkonen has the best radio chats ever.
Oh, Kimi
No
is the
doubt.
king of the radio.
Oh, no,
He always will
only.
be.
Yeah, there was a. How do you say it? Never mind.
It's alright. But just to all those people who just go, oh, Alonso's the king of the radio for what he was saying years ago.
Oh,
No.
Kimi.
Oh, Raikkonen's out!
Raikkonen's out!
On his
What
birthday.
happened?
Oh, I thought
yeah.
he disappeared.
He went too far.
Yeah, he just lost it. Is that a safety car?
He lost it, yeah.
In
I
real
don't
life,
think
that
there
would
will
be a safety car. That's a
Yeah,
proper
but
burial job, that,
honestly-
isn't it?
There's a lot of debris on the track too. Oh, that's really disappointing for Raikkonen.
It
He
is.
went too wide.
Someone who's not disappointed though is Midnight, who's just got up the inside of Honey Badger. Honey Badger on power
They're
though
still
is
fighting.
going to pass him again. Midnight's gonna
so
they
close.
scrape just a little bit. Alfa Romeo Peyton's not gonna be on the
Yeah, Honey
Renault.
Badger leaves it. Midnight
See-
going into P3.
Respectful racing between the Thai driver and the Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman though is gonna look to get past soon. I'm trying to think of a nickname for Thai drivers that they can give
that was
Alex
personal
Albon
for
as well.
Honey Badger. Almost lost his car. Taking the curb on into the corner.
Both years back to
You
his
really-
helmet design.
Yeah. And now Medium Pilot also is in 1 second behind Honey Badger. And
So-
Verstappen now close on Ollie.
Again.
Again, yeah.
For battle 372, let's see between Verstappen and Owen All what will happen between the TNR driver and the Red Bull Racing driver. He's wide, he's going to slingshot though and try and get through. Mike Bundy with a penalty in P17.
And
I know it all
Ollie
fits.
going into
Oh wait,
pits.
it's Mike Bundy's out! Mike Bundy is out!
Bundy is out.
In sector 2. We can't see where it is because unfortunately he was behind everyone. And Owen All with a time penalty in...
And Ollie gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Well, you know,
And
there's a speed himself
that
for a
sucks.
reason. Sucks to be you. But yes, Mike Bundy out, and I believe I'll be getting a message from him in a minute saying not happy. So 2 drivers being left, no safety car deployed though here at here in Budapest. And oh, there's the yellow flags in sector 2. Going back to green. Is there any sign of debris?
No,
I believe it was
score
there.
already.
Yeah, there it
Eastern.
is on the inside line. So we saw that.
It's now very dark into sector 2.
It is. It's dark, closing in ever as we look at Fotio. Questions and answers for after the race. The drivers will definitely be feeling a little bit wary with the fact that they got the fact that some of them have lost wings, and some of them have lost wangs, and some of them have lost many things. And I completely forgot where I was going with this, so I was just gonna keep talking until I remember something. Here's Medium Pilot, who's 5 steps away from Honey Badger, and I think it's time that the medium combat tyres are starting to feel a little bit worn here in Budapest. What do you think, Senna?
Yeah, I don't think. I think I did 17 laps on it, so they're getting bad at the moment now. I don't think they will hold it to the rain.
Medium Pilot through, and Honey Badger having to give up on his position for P4 for now in this race. I believe we're not
Now
seeing Honey
looking-
Badger back there.
Now looking to Gilles, and it's again such a day for him. An unlucky day. Was leading from pole position and then lost his car. And now in P16. He's so unlucky.
He is. He's got Robin Freitz lucky, yes. More Formula
Everything
E
was there to take
references.
P4 in the championship. And now he's lost.
Well,
the
it's
running
not
cars.
all done yet, though. He
No,
can,
it isn't, but
He can come back at this, and I think he will later on. He's incredibly skilled in the wet, and penalties are a big thing here at Hockenheim. They're
Yeah.
not even at Hockenheim, that's next. We've had Hockenheim. What am I on about? I'm very tired.
No problem.
Fotio now closing in on Gasly.
I want to see the fight between Medium Pilot and Midnight. Come on, Medium Pilot. I want to see some action again.
Well, we'll see it now. DRS is going to open. It's a little bit too far back this time round.
Oh, and Ollie.
Fotio has
Let's
had an accident.
What happened there?
Ollie's got off track. Is he? I don't know.
I think he has damage again. Yeah, he has damage.
Fotio is not going to plough into the back of him, is he? No, he doesn't.
He is going into the pits, Ollie.
You can't do that. You can't you can't cut across the solid white line. On the road or in the racetrack. You can't do that. You got to make it clear where you're going. Mike Bundy said something that involves very experimental language. Funk this game is what I can describe it as.
Oh, funk. That's a music type.
It's a great form of music.
Wrestling gets a 3-second time penalty now.
That partnered with Junk is yeah. Oh, and all out as well. He's had the 3.
Retired.
He's had enough. So tough day for many drivers here.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Now fastest lap for Nolan on his old mediums.
He's pushing. Is Nolan going to be heading to pit lane this time round? Let's check. Nope, because he's at turn 1. What am I on about?
Medium pilot is now close to midnight.
Yeah, there we go. I thought that's what's going to happen. DRS open.
And he's going to try it.
Senna wanted it. Senna got it to the inside line. Comes medium pilot for P3. And that he is now up to 3rd place. The yellow flag's there. Seriously helping him out, just popping up as soon as he gets in front.
Oh, and there's Rusland. Rusland spun.
Oh dear. Big.
The last corner.
That's a major punishment for the Williams. One improves this position, the other one loses it.
Yeah, it's a bad day for Williams still now, because medium pilot in P3 from starting at the back of the grid.
I think we'll have rain by lap 20.
I think it's gonna be a 25 or something. Don't think the mediums will make it.
Let's look at Bullet Boy, who's going side by side with Gasly. Looking at the inside line, decides not to make a move, and according to you can't actually overtake on, getting a side penalty. And Nolan does pit on the lap that I said he would.
Yep.
Because I am psychic. I know
what
how
was gonna do now.
I assume he's going to stay out. Which he does.
Yeah,
See, look at that. I have a career as a psychic. I'm very tired.
Tires. Nolan going onto the hards. So isn't it gonna rain then?
It is gonna rain. I think that it will rain, but I think he's gonna hope that it rains enough that it rains enough to coat the track, make it greasy, but not enough to start sending spray up that I'll need the intermediate tyres. But he's come out right behind Midnight. Oh, first time, Midnight's got up!
Oh, it was a very risky move if he didn't lose his car. Midnight. Now Nolan in P3, Midnight closing in, but you can't overtake here.
Bullet Boy to the outside line of Gasly, and on power he has finally got past the Racing Point. The Racing Point's going to try and come back at him, besides not to try it in a silly position. Fotio getting past Chengeng. Wow!
Not yet. No,
whoa!
He pushed right. That was really close again.
Was that karma for what Chengeng did earlier?
I think so. But yeah, that was close again.
Medium Pilot now is going to be battling with Nolan. And they're close together. Walters pits 1 lap later than Nolan.
And Midnight also going into the pit.
So Midnight as well. Medium Pilot will become our race leader here in the Premier Division. No GP in this.
From P19 to P1 in 18 laps.
Yeah, and he didn't. In fairness, they made it difficult for him, didn't they?
Yeah, it is. But Nolan is gonna overtake Medium Pilot, I guess.
Gilles is looking to make an overtake himself soon for P14 in this race here. In the 12th
they were
round.
fighting the lap before also.
DRS open on the Haas.
He's not that much faster.
He's not. Virgil makes one move. Virgil comes back across, but it's okay because Gilles is within the limits.
Switch. No.
He's close. The switchback really didn't work there.
Maybe now.
No, not yet. I think he's going to spend one more lap.
The inside.
Woo!
It's close.
Don't stand correct. He's going to still side by side. And this time, Gilles is through. Whoa, Virgil though. He's not giving up. This happened before. This was the alternate way.
Yeah. That's the smartest move to do. That's a smart thing to do from Virgil.
Unlike what happened earlier on in the race, Gilles decided that he was going to try it around the outside this time.
Gilles now said, yeah, I'm going here, you back off. Or
I'm going here.
report crash.
You either do
don't
what
care
I did,
anymore.
or
Yeah.
you stay behind me. Take a pic.
I don't care anymore.
Nolan going
Nolan now with
faster.
the fastest lap.
Whoa!
He's going to overtake medium pilot.
There's something
Nolan
monstrous.
again in the lead.
That was. How does he have that much speed in the car? It's like he's got.
I don't know.
It's like we've not put it on equal cars.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but there are 19 laps different of tire wear, so I think that's part too.
Electra Dan with a time penalty in P4. See, he said every hour he needed a sneeze. This time he had a cough. And right now, my prediction of having rain by lap 20 is wildly wrong because we're on lap 19 of the race. And there's no sign of the rain as of yet. Well, it's rolling in slowly. We have about half a lap to have it flash up and say, raining. So, the yellow flags. There's no yellow flags, I don't know what I'm saying next. I'm imagining the yellow flag graphics from Formula E now, because I love those graphics. And what am I doing in my life? I love whenever I come on stream. At one point during the stream, I'll just have an existential crisis and start having a midlife breakdown. Just going, what am I doing with my life? Then a lap later, I'll be fine. Lap 20, so my prediction was wrong. Senna, you may laugh at me. Ooh! Tell you who is laughing, OP Walters catching and passing Nicky Mania in the final corner due to Nicky Mania having a snap of oversteer. And I'm trying to let Senna have something to say here, but it keeps they won't let me. Yeah, Senna. It appears we've lost Senna for a moment, so we will try to get him back. P Walters the inside line now on Electra Dan. Very easy move there, and Dan jumping behind him. Honey Badger.
I'm alive again.
Hello, you're back. Did you have a coughing fit?
Yep. No, I just revived myself. So.
One revive.
Right.
Now to go and beat the Elite Four. Tell you what, when I played Pokemon, I spent hours trying to beat the Elite Four. I kept losing. Chang'e Wild making contact with Fotio now for P12. But Chang'e Wild is going to have to slip behind him. And a lot of Ferrari power cars at the back of the grid right now, isn't it?
Yeah. Jill with Big Virgil with Chain Game.
Crikey, that was not an overtaking move there from Chain Game. So, questions, answers will happen. Lap 20, and where is this rain? Because it's coming. But the grid is so mixed up right now, I have no idea who's to be where. What do you think, Senna?
Oh, Russland!
Oh, big
Russland
accident!
That's, oh my god. What happened there with Russland?
There was contact between Russland and Fotio. And a big accident has befell the Williams and the Alfa Romeo. What? Fotio's out, so has he done that on purpose? I don't know, he's retired on his own by the looks of it.
Yeah,
Chang'e Wow is out as well.
What the hell?
What on earth happened there? Is the question that we were asking.
I think Rusland took too much on the inside of the grass, then spun, and then Fotio couldn't escape anymore. Just has been taken by Rusland.
Well, that is a day
big
of question.
Accident.
Yeah, Felix says it right in the chat saying, yikes.
Yeah, indeed.
Lap 21.
Only 13 people racing anymore.
Well, I often have it. Russland going for the soft tyres. He doesn't care anymore.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's normally. He's surprised he hasn't put the intermediates on during the dry period. God, for God's sake, rain
awesome.
now. Just rain. Russland is
retired.
out. I think I'd be disappointed if he has taken himself out there. Try and catch someone who's in sector 1.
I think so.
Standing yellow flags coming down. Is there any sign of a car? As normally we'll see it in slightly further down as my cat's playing with the door. Russell's talking in the chat. Oh no, he has just retired on track, which is actually illegal. So the car is going to trundle down. Okay, so people saying that Electra Dan needs it to rain. He does. He's done 21 laps on those tires. He needs it to rain now more than ever.
Yeah.
And I don't think it will for at least 2 more laps. 10 laps on the intermediates though. That'd be fun. Felix saying that Stam did 32 laps on the hards on Tuesday. That's possible. But I think Electro Dan's a little bit hard on his tyres. Senna, while there's no battles on track, do you want to run through the drivers that will not be continuing on in this race?
Yeah, the drivers that retired are James Brennan, Raikkonen, Bundy, Ollie, Fodio, the chain game, and the last one was Rustland, just retired by his own.
And the drivers are still on track. Nolan in P1 ahead of Medium Pilot in P2, Verstappen in P3, and Walters in P4, and Lecomeni in P5, and this man Electro Dan in P6. Midnight is in P7, Honey Badger is in P8, P9 is Bullet Boy on his debut, P10 is Gasly, P11 is Gio, still looking for points after a dramatic accident in the first stage of the race, and Virgil is in P12, the last runner.
And Gio is now getting close to the points again. 5 tenths between him and Gasly.
So will Gasly have a Gasly move, or will Gasly
and it's raining.
It's raining!
It's raining!
I almost started singing It's Raining Men, but it's not, because that's my dream on Tuesdays. It's not Tuesday.
Oh, on my screen is displaying that Gasly is on the hards, but in the game he is on the mediums.
Yes, he's got the Christmas tree tyres. That's what we used to call him, because he used to change colours.
Yeah.
But it is in fact raining, and now the fun will begin, because it'll take 2 or 3 laps for it to get wet enough for them to put the intermediates on, and then it'll be chaos.
It will be. I don't think the win is gonna be for Medium Pilot or Nolan. Verstappen is 8.5 behind, so I don't think. Or it is, he is a pro in the wet.
I don't know, he has got Verstappen.
Yeah. His name is Verstappen, yeah, so yeah.
Pro Oliver saying it's raining women. I should hope, well, I don't know. And for every teenage male, maybe. But for the rest of us, no. Gasly under pressure
Gasly
from
having
Gio.
lag, I think.
I think that's normally most of them. It is starting to rain in the air, and it's starting to stick on the camera,
Gio has
so
a good exit.
it should be a simple move. Gasly moving one way, Gio sticking behind him, moving the other. My cat is driving me insane. And Gio is through. Gasly is now going to stay with him, though, as they head into turn 1.
He
Did he have to stump on the brake there? It looked like he had to stump on the brakes, did Gasly?
Yeah.
Midnight closing in on Electro Dan. And for all those drivers that have stopped, like Midnight, like Honey Badger, they're going to be in absolute tears when the rain gets too heavy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I really don't understand the choice of Nolan, Midnight and Honey Badger to go on the hards.
So
maybe they wasn't expecting that the rain was or gonna be early enough to go on soft or something.
Well, it's still possible that the rain won't improve, and we will still have. We will just have just this rain at this level for the rest of the season, the rest of the session. But it is getting wetter here at Budapest. No, I want it to rain.
Yeah, some spectacle.
So, Midnight now looking to pass Electro down to the inside line, pulls the tyre driver. Very simple move there, passing the AlphaTauri. And the AlphaTauri is going to drop behind them.
Dan is now really struggling with his 24-old lap tires.
I don't think Medium Pilot Verstappen are so happy with theirs either.
I don't think so. Already 5 seconds now between him and Nolan. They're losing a lot of time to the other cars.
I think that's just down to. I think that's just down to the potential of
yeah.
What's it called? What I gotta hope though. Well, it's to be a lot of a pain now unless Nolan spins. But if Nolan was closer and Verstappen was closer, there would have been an air of who can block who in the pit lane going for the intermediates. But you can't have that because they're so far apart. Here's Honey Badger, the sole remaining Renault in this race. I wonder what he can do in these conditions. He likes to wet, normally.
And Wouter's now closing in very fast on Verstappen.
It should be a simple move.
Because he is on fresh tires.
The rain is getting heavier here in Budapest. And when will it transition to intermediate weather? Well, we'll find out soon here in the Premier Division what will happen. It's like the tension's killing us right now. We're sat here going, when's it going to change? When's it going to rain? Now it is raining. When's it going to get wetter?
I think they're asking Jeff all the time from weather conditions.
Oh, I abused
Jeff.
I abused him. When's it raining? Whatsoever. Is the tyres changeable yet? It's borderline. Is it changeable, Jeff? Jeff, it's a simple answer. Yes, i.e. it is changeable. No, it is not changeable. It's borderline, no. Shut up! There we go.
Always a lot of information you don't need. You ask things.
You're in your dirty, yeah. Get past him. I've lined up on the grid, Jeff. I'm waiting for them to add him like the guy in iRacing. They say you cut the course. Of course I did. I got a penalty.
I think this is gonna be an easy move for Wouters now. 4 tenths behind Verstappen.
Everyone can
DRS.
just see me just losing my mind about Jeff now.
Is he close enough? No, he isn't. Maybe now.
On the rundown, traction-wise though, Verstappen seems to have it. Walters is going to make a move, decides
No,
not to.
He's...
A sensible German.
And Honey Badger now also close to Dan. On those old tires.
Midnight close to me, close to Nick, so it's all heating up as the track starts to cool down with the wet. But I think Honey Badger will be our best bet at seeing a move sooner rather than later. What can the Flying Dutchman do? The last time these two were close together on track was in Spain back in the early part of the season, and it in fact ended up in Honey Badger rolling over because of Dan tipped him over.
Ooh.
I'm not kidding. You want to go back and watch that stream if you haven't seen it. Because we were on board, we were following him, and he just rolled over, did a full 360, then just drove out the gravel.
That's crazy.
It's a brilliant thing. We spent about 5 laps just laughing.
Wow.
You just imagine that in real single-seater racing though, just someone does that, you just find it hilarious.
I don't think that will happen.
No, because they break the wheels, but you know.
Yeah.
Especially what Honey Badger did. Oh.
Can Wouters do it now?
Yes,
Yeah,
this will be a
yes.
simple move.
This is gonna be an easy move. Verstappen now goes into P4. And Wouters into P3. And is Midnight gonna do it on Nickmania?
He's gone for
Braking
it.
late. I think there's... I don't know if there's a
Whoa.
little contact. Oh, that's a bad exit for Midnight.
Oops, trying to find the
So
right
still fighting with
camera.
Nickmania on the outside. There was a little bit of contact. No damage though.
Slow out
Now
of the corner
Midnight
is Nick.
Holding up.
Into the murderous turn 4. And in 5, and then into turn 5.
I think Midnight is really thinking of come on, let me move, let me do my race. But Nickmania is holding his position as good as he can.
It's lap 28 out of 35. There's still time for it to get wetter. And will it get wetter, is the answer. There's the question. The answer, find out in about 5 minutes, because it might get wetter. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm a stuck record. I've given up. How British did I go there?
You're already thinking of the sleeping, I think.
No, I'm thinking of the shower I need to have. Midnight on the back of Nick, thinking about making the move, but he cannot yet. I think he's going to have to wait one more lap, even if the tyres are
He
better.
has to wait. His exit isn't good enough.
No, he can chuck it and see what happens. Eventually down into pit lane.
No.
The question now is, what does the Alpha Tauri car do? I need to get that right. The Toro Rosso car too.
He almost lost his car Midnight.
Intermediate tyre, no, soft tyres for
Is it?
Electro Dan.
Dan.
Soft
No,
tyres.
soft. So it's not... This is a very
if
strange
it goes
move.
to intermediates now, he's going to actually throw his helmet at the
think so.
Toro Rosso guys. He's gonna get out of his chair and go to wherever Toro Rosso's based. I think they're based somewhere in
But
in
Verstappen
Italy.
and Medium Pilot need to pit. Both. So if it's not gonna rain
yeah.
anymore, they will lose their position.
They will.
And Verstappen,
Time-
I think he's going to back to P8 or something.
Time will
Medium
tell.
Pilot to P4. So Medium Pilot is gonna lose his podium
Time will
if
tell.
it's not gonna rain anymore.
I think it's going to rain a little bit more and it
Yeah,
gets across
last
the
lap
period.
or last couple of laps, I think. But if that's gonna happen, Dan is gonna be so angry. And Verstappen is now pitting.
What
And what
does the
tire
Red
he
Bull
is
go?
gonna do.
They
I think he's
are.
also going on soft.
I think they're inters. They look like inters. They're intermediates. Intermediate tyres on the Red Bull.
Yeah,
So
they are.
one Red Bull sponsored
now-
car going for the softer tyres. The other one going for the intermediate tyres. I think
The question
Verstappen.
now is who fucked up?
Pardon my French. Oh, there's contact between Virgil and Dan, but I think Dan's made the right choice so far.
I think so. I don't think Verstappen will have pace.
Sector one,
There's a yellow
it's
in
all
sector
gone
one.
wrong. It's
And then
midnight, and
midnight and
Nick,
McMania. They crashed.
they made contact when we weren't watching. The cheeky beggars.
What happened?
I think a poorly timed move by Midnight. Midnight's holding back. I think he's going to try and let Nick through. Ah, no, that's poor. That is not at all good
That
there
is not
from
good.
Nick.
No.
That is the stupidest
That
move
was
I've ever
angry.
seen. I
He
get
was
you,
very angry.
and
Yeah, now he's got- yeah.
You know
Wow.
what? You
That's
are
not cool.
I'm gonna swear
That's
now
really
myself.
not cool.
You are a fucking idiot.
And Gasly now really
Medium pilot.
has gone in the way of. Oh, and Big Virgil. Oh, what is happening? Oh, Gasly's
Medium
lagging so
pilot to
much.
pit lane.
That's what happened.
Nolan's carried on. Is he going to try and do the rest of the race? Medium pilot for the intermediate tyres.
Yeah, it is the time, I think.
So 11 drivers left in this
That
race.
was very stupid of Nick.
Yeah, crashing
I don't
yourself
know what
out.
happened in the first thing between them, but that was not needed.
Crashing yourself out is warrant to a
Yeah.
qualifying ban anyway in SFR. But I think just the fact that he hit Midnight as well,
Yeah.
like Vettel did, I would push for a race ban. I will be personally saying that to the stewards as well, because that was absolutely horrendous and unsportsmanlike behaviour.
Of course, we don't know
to-
what happened between them, but you never need to do that.
No, it doesn't matter what happened between them. You don't
Yeah.
just need to ram into someone like that. Like
And Virgil
Midnight
is stopping
wasn't.
now,
He
too.
had all the track on the road. He knew what he was doing, and he's just being an idiot.
Virgil also on the intermediates now.
Midnight dropping behind Electro Dan. I don't know what's happening here because Electro Dan's still going fast, and he's on softs right now.
Yeah. Medium pilot now still into the podium places because of what happened there.
So, questions. I think Verstappen's under pressure from Dan. This is a real
Yes.
trap. Oh, yeah, it's softs. In fact,
Yeah.
it's still slicks. So Electro
He
Dan
went-
tapping Verstappen.
He made the
Oh!
wrong. He made the wrong move. He made the wrong move.
I
go
don't.
to the
It's
intermediates.
softs right now, but I think that we'll see the intermediates come in literally at the end of the race.
Now also gone past by Midnight. I am really curious now what happened between them.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen now. If Gio does well, he might take P4 in the championship again.
Yes, it's still possible to take P4. P. Wouters now gets a penalty, but that's not interesting for the race anymore. He's gone 14 seconds ahead of medium pilot, so yeah, that won't take anything with it.
Things will happen, and what will happen in this race, I don't know. I'm going to hide that, and I'm not going to talk to that person, because I'm in a mood with that person now. I won't have, you don't come into the stream chat and start arguing about incidents, so I won't have that. Honey Badger's doing well right now in P4. Alright, let's put a pin in that incident now in the chat, because we've all made our feelings clear about that on stream. So let's put a pin in that.
Yeah, the stewards is are gonna make the right decision.
Most definitely.
About
And Bullet Boy, now, here's the question. Who's better in the wet? The guy who's on 23 lap warm tyres, the guy who's on 15?
Bullet Boy is struggling now.
He's
And
pitting.
Bullet Boy is gonna pit. Yep.
Can he get the car
Is
stopped?
he
He
going to
can.
the intermediates then?
I think he will be. So, what will happen? He pulls into pit lane. They are
Yeah, he
intermediates.
goes.
Honey
Intermediates
Badger has still got a chance at the podium here. if the intermediates really aren't working, which they aren't right now.
Yeah, he is very close to medium pilot now. Is medium pilot's still gonna lose his podium? That's a question now. And Nick Mania left the session.
Well, the less said about that, the better. As we look at Honey Badger. Still looking at him, he's closing. I think in the middle sector, the intermediates are
Bullet
better.
Boy is gonna take midnight.
Did he come back at him?
Now, I think the intermediates are faster now. They are.
Oh, Nolan's pitting. Nolan has pitted. He's got 20 seconds, so
That's
he's going to be
close.
in P. He's going to be in P2.
If Wouters want to try and win this race, he has to stay out.
He has to
And
stay
I
out,
don't
and he
think,
has to drive.
yeah,
through.
I don't think he's gonna do that.
Right,
He
Look.
is. He is gonna try it.
Nick. I'm telling you now. Don't do that. I don't want to have to put you in timeout, but I will. Okay. So don't sit in the stream chat and start yelling and pouting and screaming about this stuff. No, Nolan's come out and he's in the lead. Nolan is still in the
He is
race
still in the
right now.
lead. So, yeah, Nolan has won this race because the intermediates are very fast now.
They are very fast, but what can happen now? Because anything can happen. He could, in fact, spin off. He could spin off and have a murderous, but I believe that Nolan on this the penultimate lap of the race is in a good position.
He is. He is gonna win this race.
Electrodan's progress has been halted by the rain now. I think Honey Badger's hopes of a podium are dashed as well. So what will happen at the last? This is the closing stages of the race. We will be talking to at least one of the drivers on the podium. We will talk to a DRS has been disabled, so this is the natural point when we would be pitting for the intermediate tyres. So Nolan now coming through the final corner to start his final lap. Oh, he's fighting the car, isn't he, Senna?
He is. He's
I'll
going,
tell you who else is fighting the car. Gasly.
I think
He's just gone
Gasly, yeah.
Gasly went off there, and Verstappen's going to stay in P9 right now, barring any penalties. Electrodan's doing well though on his tyres. He's actually catching Gio.
Yes. That's crazy. I think the softs are of course better than the mediums or the hards at this point.
It is. Excuse me. It is. As I went through Lando Norris there, but he won't have any DRS to help him.
And Verstappen gets now in front of Midnight.
Yeah, I think
those
that's
hard
down to
tires are
tyres.
really struggling. And Midnight had such a good race, and now he's in P9.
Gio under pressure from Electrodan, the GP2 driver. Nolan is in the middle sector. Keep an eye on that, and I will know when he comes across the line. I think Dan's gonna try it at some point. I think he'll try it into the chicane at this point. It's got so much more pace than Gio in front.
Nolan now going to the last couple of corners.
So he's not.
And he is gonna win his second race in a row.
So 2 weeks in a row, Nolan is going to come across the line. Gio with another time penalty will drop behind Electrodan. And Nolan fighting the car. He's fighting to get a lot more. He's caught it. Wow! It will take that.
Oh my god!
Well, he'll allow that, but he has won the race here. Pete
Just like I
Volter's coming
expected.
back from a poor qualifying in P2. Medium Pilot is going to be in P3.
And what will happen with penalties?
That would be a question.
Electrodan has gone in front of Gio.
I think he
No.
was going to anyway on penalties.
Yeah,
But
I think
nonetheless, what an
so too. Is
absolutely
Bullet Boy
astonishing
going
race.
to be in front of Gio then too?
Honey
Because
Badger
he
got a
is
good
in
race. Finally got a
He
good
had.
race, and he's in P4. Electrodan will finish in P5. Gio will
Yeah,
finish
he is.
in. No, he won't.
Gio
Gio
in
will finish in P5. Bullet Boy will finish in P5.
Oh, make a choice, come on!
Bullet
It is
Boy
Bullet
finishing in
Boy, I think.
P5.
Yeah, he is.
Nolan joining with no front wing. I'm not going to show Nolan because he's got no front wing. Sorry. If you want to get like screenshots of yourself, you can do that. Oh! Bad Knight has crashed before the line. He's managed to get restarted. He's lost P9 because he crashed.
And Big Virgil lost
Virgil,
on to
last
cross
man
the
across the
line.
line. Let's have a look at Honey Badger, because he deserves this. Well, waiting for Virgil to cross the line as we look at Honey Badger now on the stream. That was insane.
That was a crazy race.
Oh. So. Now we see what the stewards will handle with later on in the race. But Nolan will stand atop the rostrum as always.
Without his front wing.
With no front wing on this car. Ahead of P. Walters and Medium Pilot. 2 Mercedes powered cars and 1 car powered by Mercedes in the future. That is our winner tonight, Medium Pilot. Medium Pilot finishing P3. I'll get there eventually.
What a race.
Barring any serious investigations, this is how the results are in. Nolan wins the race ahead of P. Voltage in P2 and Medium Pilot in P3. Honey Badger in P4, Bullet Boy in his first time out in P5 and Gielli in P6. Bad day for the pole sitter. P7 was Electro Dan, P8 was Verstappen and P9 was Gasly. P10 was Midnight after spinning and crashing at the last lap of the race. Virgil finishing in P11 was the last finisher. Outside of the finishing order, Nicomania, Rustland, Chain Game Wow, Fotio, Owen All, Mike Bundy, Kimmy, James Braden did not make it to the flag. Ah, relax.
It's over.
It is over. I think over for some drivers who aren't happy.
Yeah, I think so. Crazy things happened. I think the stewards will have a busy night.
They will. Now we know we can talk to one driver. Let's get P. Volters in here after we go off and have a look at the Mercedes in the what's it called? The customization area. Not customization, showroom area. There we go. This one has a front wing, luckily, so we can keep it. Right, let's invite this. Let's invite the German that we talk about a lot. There's Tom already saying, hell yeah. So, Honey Badger happy about his position. Where is Pivoltus? There we go then. P. Oh, give me a moment as I fight now with my PlayStation because it doesn't like me trying to invite people. I swear. I think Jeff and Verstappen are happy. Well, Verstappen normally has GP, doesn't he? Instead of Jeff, so I know these things. So now we wait to see if P. Volters will join us tonight. Get a nice glance at the 2019 Mercedes.
And he extended his lead now on Medium Pilot with a few points.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see what will happen into next week's race. Next week's race being held at Spa-Francorchamps, one of the best tracks in Formula 1 behind Silverstone, obviously. I'm trying to get a rise out of him. He's just not. You're too well behaved. You're too chilled, aren't you?
Yeah. I really don't have a lot of words. There happen so many things on track. I'm really confused about the collision at one of the last laps.
Yeah. Wait, I think there's going to be a lot of investigations.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Did Walters join us? I don't think he has joined us, has No. So we'll give him another minute or so. If in doubt, though, we will have a chat. How was that race for you, Senna?
It was a crazy race in the beginning. It was all the fights in the middle of the pack. And then at the end, the rain, of course, different strategies, and a lot of collisions. So it was a very good race to watch. But it is disappointing that there are a lot of DNFs again. So yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. What we obviously hope for is drivers to come back next week and come out fighting, but I think a few drivers aren't happy, and that will be addressed later on. Nonetheless, though, I think that's as far done for this week in racing. Next week we'll head to Spa. Are you looking forward to your home Grand Prix, Mr. Belgium?
I am very looking forward to the Grand Prix of Belgium.
You mean when it rains?
It's gonna stay dry.
He's praying for it. I'm not. Join us on Monday night.
I don't know.
Join us on Monday night for GP4, and throughout the week until Thursday night we will have racing, as always, on the SFR YouTube channel, same time, same place, every day until Thursday. My name is JB, thank you so much for watching, thank you Senna for joining us.
No problem, it was a good race, and see you next week.
And we'll see you next time in SFR. Have a very good weekend, and we'll see you next time. To our guys!